live. Welcome to the Carb King Show. Today we've got our carbs. We'll do a carb up and Q&A for you guys. It's 6 p.m. Grab yourself some carbs and join us, please. I guess, just gonna wait for a few people to join. We've got 0 people. Love it. Love it. All right. Oh, one person. Hey, join us, please. Carb up, everyone. We were going to do a live oral glucose tolerance test, but give me carbohydrates. Cheers. Let us know in the comments what you guys are carbing up with. G'day, everybody. How's everybody doing? Still can't watch it. Oh no.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
Welcome. Lauren loves carb. What a surprise.
Oh, we got something.
Yeah, somehow it's translating automatically.
Oh, okay.
How do I not do that?
Well, it's because your phone's in Portuguese.
Hmm.
That's okay. You can read them out to
Yeah.
me. You can be the official translator.
I would say pull it up on your phone and you're the show host.
Oh, yeah. I could do that too. All right.
All right.
Let me find you here.
Cool. Hey, everybody.
Oh, no.
Surprise entrance by Laura Loves Carbs.
That's right. Okay. Oh, do we prefer raw till 4 or just raw fruit? Definitely raw till 4 diet. I don't think Carb King and I will ever go back to a fully fruitarian diet unless we're living somewhere that has unlimited mangoes and unlimited pineapple and passion fruit and coconuts. Even then, it's hard to get enough calories, but we'd still be using sugar. I did in Thailand.
Do you consider this cooked or raw? This is strawberry fruit jam. Just get your carbs in, guys. No need this.
Yeah, I had someone comment on my channel that I'm like going from one extreme to another, but it's like the raw vegans are extreme, the fruitarians are extreme, and they're not even raw or whatever because they still have tahini and they still have cashews and they still have Dijon mustard, which is like, that's fine. I don't care what you're eating, really, but don't call yourself raw when you're having processed things, but it's minimally processed, but sugar's bad for you. So this opinion and this dogma for me is a little bit too extreme.
We're just carbs all day. Does it need to be raw till 4? Ideally, yeah, okay. If I was in Thailand and had access to good quality fruit, sure, I would love to just eat fruit all day, but that's not the reality we live in.
I still put sugar in my orange juice when I was in Thailand, which a lot of people thought was bad.
All the carbs. Can't watch yet. Let me carb up first. I'll be back. That's the spirit. Carb me up.
What do we got?
Cool. Give us your questions and we'll do our best to answer them. Let us know, please. What are you carving up with?
Yeah, I guess in the States or in that area, it's like lunchtime-ish. For us, it's dinner time. Today we had rice, potatoes for lunch.
You just had some peas, didn't you?
And I just ate some green peas. Just quick, just boiled up like a cup of them. A lot of fiber, actually, and protein, more than I was expecting. Why no Datorade? I don't know, just like a preference. And dates are a little bit like harder to come by. They're a little bit more expensive here. Bananas are a lot cheaper.
Can you please read the questions out loud?
I see that you drink banana smoothies in the morning, but no Datorade. I've had the Datorade too, and I think I like the banana smoothie better, to be honest. Drinking a blackberry, banana, pineapple smoothie with a mountain of cane sugar. Very good. This is it's called a Breeza. It's like a passion fruit soda, but it's made with juice. And there's 11 grams of carbs per 100 mils. This is yeah, it's like a passion fruit soda. It's really good.
Not sponsored, but if Breeza wants to sponsor us,
Portuguese, like
we'll take it.
from the islands, from the Mer. Where is it?
Drinking a banana, blackberry, pineapple smoothie with a mountain cane sugar while I watch this. That's spirit.
Madeira.
Appreciate it.
In the islands of Madeira.
Do you try to eat some beans every day? No, not every day.
I've been having more beans lately. I've been having black beans and corn and rice, and I've been enjoying that.
But hey, beans are great, you know? It's just, for me to have beans, I enjoy them with salt. And salt is something that I avoid having. Doesn't mean that I don't have it, but I try to keep it up to a minimum.
Yeah, right now I'm definitely having more salt than Carb King just because the beans are in like a can. I'm not like pressure cooking them. I'm just making it really convenient and just eating them out of the can.
And they're still low sodium compared to other things.
But I'm not against beans, but yeah, I think I'm having more rice or more potatoes than I am having beans.
Rock
But-
Hopper,
Yeah.
legend. Yo, boiled golden potatoes right now for lunch. Rice and a little bit of beans for dinner, probably.
Perfect.
That sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's a good question. Can somebody have unlimited carbs while on a weight loss journey? Quick answer, yes. Carbs is one of the food groups that is very hard to overeat on, meaning it's very hard to gain fat or get sick. To overeat something, I would say that you have to either get sick from it, get diseases from overeating something. Like if you overeat McDonald's, you're going to get fat and you're going to get diseases. So you can have unlimited carbs, yes.
Reference that video we were watching today. What was it?
Like, you're on a weight loss journey, right? You want to lose, I assume, fat, right? And you want to get fitter. So you're going to need as many carbs as you can. You can undereat and do the old school calories in, calories out, but that's just not going to work long term. Yeah, you can starve yourself, right? You can say, you know what, I really want another bowl of rice, but I'm not going to have it because I'm on a weight loss journey. That's not the attitude, guys. Have the bowl of rice. Have the soda. Hold on, I'm talking really. Have the jams, because you're also going to be more physically active. If you're on a weight loss journey, you're going to have to work out, right? Everybody wants the magic pill. Can I just eat unlimited? And what does unlimited mean? Do you mean 20,000 calories? That's going to be almost impossible to eat 20,000 calories while being sedentary. So yes, smash the carbs. Don't worry. Maybe it's going to take you a few months, right? You have to understand that a lot of people are coming from metabolic damage, meaning that your metabolism has slowed down because of your decreased calorie intake. And calories in, calories out, yes, it applies to the general population. Nobody, right? We're a very small percentage of people. Nobody's doing low fat and nobody's doing high carb, right? With sugar. So
with enough calories.
yeah, for the average person, calories in, calories out, sure. But if you go low fat and if you go high carb, you can smash as many calories as you feel like. Is that what you mean by unlimited?
Sour Patch Kids. I agree. I love Sour Patch Kids.
And just eat as much as you want. That's what unlimited means.
Yep. Yeah, it's eating enough. And I don't think enough people know what it's like to eat enough, or, right? Because if you're on a weight loss journey, you've watched a lot of content, I'm sure, up until now that says you have to restrict and you need to eat less and move more. And this kind of rhetoric where it can kind of like play a trick on your brain and your subconscious or whatever you want to call it. So people think like, oh, I'll just eat this one plate, or I'll set it up that it's this many protein and this many. Just make sure that you're limiting your fat and you're having as many calories from carbohydrates as you can, and you're going to get sufficient protein if you're eating enough calories from carbohydrates. So all of that will take care of itself. And whole foods and less salt and focusing more on that, like that's important. But I think the most important thing is just tracking that you're not having butter, oils, extra fat. This is just not necessary for your weight loss journey. If you want to heal your metabolism and get to the point where you have to move. If you're having all these carbs, like I ate just now and I feel like it warmed me up. Like it makes you warm. It makes you want to move.
Yeah.
And then you're getting enough.
So we would say that your weight loss journey will be sped up by exercise. Oh, yeah. And you don't have to do extreme exercise, just a little bit so that you activate the fat burning mode. And it doesn't have to be, for example, if you're sprinting, you're going to recruit more of the anaerobic or the glucose metabolism. But if you want to burn fat, it's better for you maybe to just go for a nice walk or do zone 2 low intensity cardio.
Because eventually you build up your endurance on a zone 2 run. Like I have never liked long distance running. I'm going to be very real with you guys. I've never been a person to do it. But now that we're doing it with the Garmin and we're getting outside, I'm noticing that I'm able to keep my heart rate down and get like a little bit faster every single run. And again, I'm now like 2 days in a row of rest, like not doing anything but like walking, maybe a little bit of chores, a little bit of laundry, this and that, like nothing crazy. I think maybe once or twice a week go hard, and then the rest of the week be active. Don't be like sitting around all day, but you know what I'm saying. So many people around me are taking peptides, I'm guessing, or some kind of injections, and it's a mind trick. Definitely not my style. I'm trying to do what is sustainable and good for my health. Yeah, the peptide epidemic is getting larger, and there is just like a huge audience on YouTube where fitness influencers are just try my peptides because I have the discount code and this and that. So it's getting really bad. The shortcuts, you're going to have to pay for them at some point. And as soon as you start something like a GLP-1 or like any kind of peptide, like I don't even know what Mark Bell's on. What's it called? Resin or? Retta. You're in forever. Once you start taking steroids, you're in forever. So once you start taking a PED, you're never going to be able to properly recover, especially if you abuse it year after year, cycle after cycle. It's just something that your body won't be able to adjust to because you've introduced a foreign substance to it. So yeah, we're always going to be natty, always going to be lean and clean. Everything's going to be continuous as it's always been. It might be boring for some people, but it's just consistency matters on this diet, on this lifestyle. You're only going to get anywhere you want to go if you stay consistent.
Yeah, so that would be the cheap way out. Like, oh, I want to lose weight as fast as I can without putting in the work, without putting in the discipline. And yeah, what is that going to do? You're going to lose weight and you're going to gain it all back once you stop. So the truth is simple.
Thoughts on this lifestyle being too hard on the spleen key? So according to traditional Chinese medicine, so I think you're referring to cold foods when referring to the spleen. And this is something that I've kind of like touched on just in my own research. I haven't really talked about it much, but I've seen it come up on my social media as well. traditional Chinese medicine is having this like huge comeback, I guess you could say, or they're really shining a light on it. And I'm not sure that the smoothies are the problem. Like, I don't know, having cold foods, like if you're having cold foods all the time, I don't know enough to speak on it, but it is something of interest to me. But I don't think it's had a huge effect on my body that like having a cold smoothie or something like that.
Yeah, please tell us more on how this diet is hard on the spleen key according to Chinese traditional medicine.
Yeah,
Please let us know more.
I think it's the cold
This
foods.
is actually very interesting, but so far I don't feel any symptoms of a cold spleen. Definitely carb up for exercise. Fasted cardio is ridiculous. Exactly. So people will tell you just do fasted cardio.
See your rock hopper. Okay.
Legend. And what is that going to do for you? So it's again the calories in, calories out mentality. And if you go out fasted and you exercise, you're going to burn through all your muscle glycogen, and that's going to put you in a stressful state, meaning your body's going to produce a lot of cortisol because it thinks that you're starving. So it's actually counterproductive. Yeah, you will burn more calories, let's say, which is arguable because if you actually carb up, you can push the watts more or, run harder. But so then you're going to come home, and because your cortisol went up, you're actually going to store more fat as a defense mechanism. So definitely don't do any fasted cardio for weight loss.
Yeah, fasted anything really.
Yeah, fasted anything.
I fast when I sleep.
Yeah.
And I fast between meals.
Right.
I fast for an hour or two at a time. Yeah, it's kind of a joke, but
Back to work. Thank you, King and Lauren. Thanks, Rock Hopper, legend.
yeah, the GLPs are terrible for your digestion. I never heard that yet, but that makes a lot of sense. That if you're not eating enough, you're not digesting well, and it's going to be harder for you to have mobility or motility if you don't eat enough. And this is with the carnivores. That I only poop once a week because all the nutrients gets absorbed. It's like, it's crazy. Anyway.
Yeah, people are looking for an easy way out, and this whole peptide craze and the GLP-1s, you're just literally tricking your body into not being hungry so that you don't eat as much, so that you lose weight, and then you come off these substances, and then now you have a ferocious appetite, and you actually develop a little tolerance because it seems like once you start taking GLPs, it's a lifelong prescription, just like anabolic steroids. Do not get into steroids because once you start, you can't stop. If you start doing exogenous testosterone, your body will stop its natural production because it thinks, oh, this guy is I don't need to make any more testosterone because this guy is just injecting it in his bum. So natty way, natty life, and yeah, do the work. It's boring, or it's hard to be high carb, low fat in this society where there's temptations everywhere. Everything is fried in oils, and people love their olive oil and their healthy fats. And you're definitely going to stand out, and people are going to look at you weird. Oh, that's all you're having is potatoes and rice. What about protein? But
Yeah,
that comes
even years down the road.
yeah, that comes with the gig. Learn to handle the pressure, handle people looking at you differently, and who cares? Like, offer them something. You want some? Like, you keep looking at my potatoes and rice, you probably want some. It's funny, every time we go out for dinner with the soccer guys, they always comment on
just having potatoes.
Yeah.
Just having rice. You sure that's enough?
uh-huh.
And they're eating all their prosciuttos or whatever, all their meats, but it looks gross. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, guys. Let us know. I'm interested in this
questions.
spleen chi.
Yeah, me too. I think it has to do with warming foods. So for TCM, they would suggest like you just have like warm water, or
Uh-huh.
room temperature water, which we don't drink like ice cold water ever. It's always room temperature. But when I'm in Canada, I do have like frozen fruit smoothies, and I don't notice that it does anything to me. I think maybe because you're having the carbohydrates, it does heat up the body. Like I said, like once I eat, I can start to feel that the heat is coming out of me. So maybe it like counter, uh, I don't know, like put something in the way there. But I guess we can do more research on that, because it is something that is a very popular topic lately. Is all this traditional Chinese medicine and eating for specific. But that, and I think this is more like
For the fruitarian, raw vegans.
no, even just like women. I don't see a lot of men talking about TCM, to be honest. So I think yeah, like as a woman, you should be having warming foods. And I'm not going to say like that's a bad idea. It's just not something that I've noticed like my whole life. I've had cold water when I was playing basketball. You know what I mean? Like I've had cold water being in athletics and stuff like this. Like I don't know. You know what I mean?
This is cold.
Yeah, the pop or whatever. This soda from the
But
fridge.
I'm kind of sweating a little bit, so it feels nice.
Yeah.
Cool. I've got some interesting people in the chat. Hi from Seattle. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you both so much. God bless. God bless you too. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
Hi guys. Eating some Sour Patch Kids with my toddler while we watch and hang. That's a vibe. Nutrition by Victoria. Thank you.
Yeah, marathon.
Victoria, good luck on your half marathon training. Yeah. We've been watching your stories and checking out what you've been putting out, and it's inspiring to see other people in the community going for runs, going for bike rides, and sharing what they're eating. It definitely makes you want to go out for a run and stuff. So I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Sour Patch Kids, S tier. Yeah.
Yeah, I found some sour keys at Costco when I was in Canada, and they were like vegan with no weird colorants, and they were like amazing. And I brought some here. You remember? I wish I brought more, but that and the dried mangoes were excellent snacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only problem with the candy is the artificial dyes. That would be the only thing that.
Yeah, here they have like a warning on the candies that say like it may cause your children to go crazy. Like what did it say on the package?
May cause hyperactivity in children.
Yeah, and that's not from the sugar. That's from the dyes.
I think in Australia, Sour Patch Kids doesn't have the red 40s and the blues.
Yeah.
But in America,
depends on the country.
Yeah, but obviously we've had a lot of Sour Patch and other candies when we were in North America.
The chat's just quiet right now.
Yeah, you guys are quiet. We guys are just hanging out. We got 16 people carving up. Cheers, appreciate it. Anything else we can talk about? I guess our original plan was to do an oral glucose tolerance test, but and it's not really an oral glucose tolerance test in the sense that I'm not drawing out blood and going into a medical setting, but we did a little bit of research with ChatGPT, and it said we can't really do an oral glucose tolerance test in the evening because, if I had a rice meal, that could interfere with the results and give you a false positive.
So we'll do that one day in the morning here, and you guys will just have to see it later. And we're not going to do it with pure glucose. We're going to do it with fructose.
Yeah.
We're going to do it with extra sugar.
Oh yeah, it said that if you have a rice meal and then you wait 4 hours to check your blood sugar, the insulin that was needed to get the glucose into the cell from the rice may still be lingering, so that. So basically it's saying that the more carbs you eat, the better insulin sensitivity you have. I've got a question here. Hi, thanks for being an inspiration to us all. Love what you're doing.
Oh man,
Thank you. Oh wow,
the super chat. Thank you.
super chat. I don't know how to pronounce this name. I'm guessing it's a Nordic.
Sodas are on me. Thanks,
Blick,
man.
Blikje. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that right. Sodas are in me. Nice. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You guys, if you want to support the channel, super chats is the way to go. Wow, that's thank you so much, guys. I never thought. Here we are, guys. We started the channel maybe around a year ago,
Yes.
and here we are.
Still doing the sugar diet.
Appreciate you, bro. Cheers. Cheers.
Still doing the sugar diet.
We cheers.
Yeah. We cheers. I already finished mine. Boom. Thanks, bro.
Nice.
But yeah, still doing the sugar diet.
Appreciate you guys. Good pronunciation. It's Dutch.
Okay. Very nice.
Straatvoetbal. Straatvoetbal. That's like street soccer. Straatvoetbal. Sorry, I had bad service, and I was told while getting acupuncture, it's the smoothies. Certain fruits cause dampness, like banana and mango, for example. She told me to cook my apples and pears.
Eat more soup.
Eat more soup, broth. Yeah,
I'm not against that. Like,
I can see how if you're having warm foods, that's actually easier for your body. The body doesn't really have to warm it up to digest it.
yes.
Maybe it has to do if you're in a cold climate and if you're eating fruit.
Out of season.
Yeah,
or
out of season,
Poor
so-
Brix value. But that's good information. Thank you for sharing
Thanks
that.
for sharing that. So if we were in a tropical environment where we're sweaty all the time, maybe mango is cooling in that scenario. But thanks for sharing. This is actually a good way to think about things. Wow, we got another super chat. B Falcons. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. We got a cheers. Cheers to that. Another super chat.
Cheers. I'm gonna take the coconut water.
Yeah, coconut
Cheers.
water super chat.
With added sugars.
Wow, guys, thank you. I can understand. Thanks for all you're doing. Love you guys.
Love you
Well,
guys.
thank
too.
you guys. You
Yeah.
guys make this possible. Here we are just sharing our passion. Our passion is carbs, health, fitness, and making people happy, right? Like
Yeah, sharing it.
sharing it.
I never thought I would start a YouTube channel, really. I remember making my first video. And I thought, oh, this is not gonna get any views, but it was at the height of like all that sugar diet stuff last May. So here we are. Here we are.
Nice. Amazing, guys.
Yeah, so the spleen. I'm gonna do some more research on that because I think it would be way easier for your digestion to handle like a warm food and a watery food, like a soup or something like that. So in the wintertime, I think that would definitely benefit you, all of your organs, like I guess not just the spleen, right? But I don't know, it's like particularly, I guess the only cold thing that we really have would be like a soda or a juice, maybe if it's in the fridge, or a smoothie, which would be like in the morning, which I could see being like a shock to your system, quote unquote.
Mhm.
But I don't necessarily, like, I don't think we're having any issues like digestion wise or energy wise or things like that. But in overall, I don't know, health and longevity, like that, I mean, TCM is very old, ancient knowledge. So I think it's something that is of value and something that could be studied, that we could study.
Yeah, very respectful. It has a lot of history. And I think they also say vegetables should be eaten steamed
Yeah,
instead
not
of cold.
Yeah, they poo-poo on salads maybe.
And I can see how that is.
Well, that's how it was in Thailand. Everything was soups and curries, and it was all warm foods. It was actually quite hot because then there was like the chilies too, and it was super hot outside, and everyone was still eating hot food. So it was the only cold things I had was a smoothie. That's pretty much it. I didn't eat much like raw vegetables when I was there, raw salads. It was just fruits, coconuts, coconut water all the time. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then having like ramen style soup or, curries with potatoes and rice. And
Hmm.
that's how it was there.
Yeah, but for example, the same diet in Thailand, because it's so hot over there, it's like kind of tropical and humid, would be completely different on a body that's living in Europe in wintertime.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious, if you actually kind of heat up your smoothies, would that have the same effect?
Yeah, like in the Arnold Ehret idea is like he would have cooked apples and things like that, which I think you mentioned, which is like really cool.
Yeah, I like baking bananas in the oven.
Oh yeah, you
That's a
used
good.
to do that.
I used to do that in the wintertime. Just put some bananas in the oven and bake them.
Yeah, and it brings out like a even more sweetness, I think.
Hmm. Hippie Pisces, love you guys. I gotta ask this, and my doctor put me on meds for my blood sugar. I'm going back to high carb, low fat for life. I have till mid September for my numbers and weight to go down again. Um, that is unfortunate to hear. Remember, we are not medical doctors, but
We're sharing our life. with
I'm
you
not,
guys,
yeah, but I'm also not very confident in the medical system in the sense of, okay, if you have an emergency or like
a broken leg or
an
something.
accident,
Yeah.
sure, it's the best thing for you, but conventional medicine, I don't really, this again, this is my opinion. You may have
The
different
allopathic
opinion.
system wants you as a constant customer.
Yeah,
right?
because the pills, you're just another customer, and then those pills are just suppressing the symptoms so that you can get onto other pills. So if I was you, I would exactly just go back to high carb, low fat for life. And now you have a reason to stick to the diet.
Mhm.
You have to get your health back in check. And that's a motivation for a lot of people, whether it's high blood pressure, whether it's high cholesterol, whether it's whatever it is. This diet has been, again, in a scientific setting, research. Nathan Pritikin, research.
Well, Dr. Rogers has a lot of videos on blood
Mhm.
pressure and stuff like that. So I would encourage you. I'm sure you
Yeah.
already have seen some, but it might shed a new light for you into the way he talks about it. I know he's not big on sugar and says to avoid fructose and this and that, but he also kind of eats one meal a day. And
Yeah.
we don't completely agree with everything that he does, but he has a ton of good information on how the body works. And
Yeah, and Harold Hemsworth was the first guy to kind of clinically prove that insulin resistance is caused by fatty foods. So I've seen your comments before, Hippie Pisces, and I think your HB1C is high. So
Oh, yeah.
that just means you got to stick through it.
And
This
that-
has to do with glycation. So I think your cells may be coated with lipids, and it's just that it's hard for the sugar to go into the cells, and then that gives you blood sugar problems. So I would avoid taking any medication and just sticking to fruits, rice, starches, drinking a lot of water, drinking juices, and sticking through it. Maybe starting a little bit of cardio exercise. It doesn't have to do much. A rebounder, we have a trampoline over here. You can do walking, you can do stationary bike, but I wish you good luck and stick to it.
And keep us updated too.
Yeah, keep us updated. Hey guys, love your videos. Thank
the
you.
doctor wants me to eat fish. I don't want to. Yeah, I wouldn't go for the fish either. I don't know what that's gonna solve.
I know going plant-based will cure my issues. Again, plant-based is a very broad term, like olive oil is plant-based, but that's not going to help you. You have to really stick to being high carb, low fat. So fruits in the morning works well, some starches for lunch like rice and potatoes, and for dinner you can have whatever you like. You can have a smoothie, you can have what else? Lentils, beans,
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that. Just make sure
Pasta.
to avoid adding any oil. Don't use cooking oils. Don't add too many avocados. Maybe in your situation, I would stay away from the avocados and the nuts and stuff. But stick to it, and you will see results. Have to go. Enjoy. Thank you.
Oh yeah, apples and cinnamon. Yeah, that would be.
With some cinnamon, yeah,
Yeah.
cinnamon. Brown rice versus white rice. That's a commonly, frequently asked question. Brown rice is actually higher in fat if you look at the label, and it's coated with this kind of husk or this
I
shell.
think it's harder to digest.
I would say, and some people would even say that it has more anti-nutrients or whatever. So I definitely prefer white rice. What about you?
We never have brown rice. Yeah, we're always
Yeah.
eating basmati or Thai white rice.
Yeah.
something
If
like
I
that.
go over somebody's house and they're offering me brown rice,
Yeah,
sure,
I'm
I'll
gonna
take
eat
it.
Yeah.
But I definitely prefer white rice. Plus, if you're in weight loss, in a weight loss journey or getting fitter, brown rice is just not. It's just not the same.
And I think white rice tastes better. So maybe you'll
Me
eat
too.
more of it,
Right.
which would be better.
Bananas in the oven.
Yeah, bananas in the oven.
Gotta love it. Wait until they're kind of dark, and then it's like a dessert.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a dessert.
Yeah. And some people in the fruitarian community or raw vegan would argue that you're destroying the enzymes. But if you cook it under a certain temperature, it's still technically raw.
Oh yeah. Oh.
I'll be going to the doctor in September. Well,
Okay.
July, August, September. You got
You-
plenty
yeah,
of
you got
time
time.
to get your numbers back in check. Everybody in the chat rooting for hippie Pisces. Let's go. Put in the work. I had 22 bananas in one day. They checked my sugar and it was 63. That's good, right?
Yeah.
That seems like it's good.
I'm not sure what measurement.
I mean,
it's
could be on the low side, but
yeah.
just have more. Maybe you should have had 30 bananas. The thing with fruit is that it's like rapidly digested. I think it digests in half an hour, 20 minutes.
Yes. Yes.
So maybe having some starches. This is what Peter Rogers recommends. If you want kind of that consistent glucose drip into the bloodstream, try incorporating some more complex carbs like starches that digest a little bit slower and keep your blood sugar steadier. But I add sugar to my rice a lot, so you get that initial spike, and then you just cruise while like the body digests the sugar quickly, and then you just cruise with the complex carbs. Yeah, nothing like rice and sugar. Have you ever craved salty food? And if so, do you have any advice to get rid of it? Yes. I've also experienced kind of having an aversion to salt once you go on once you go low sodium for a really long time. Once you introduce it back in, it kind of tastes chemically, or I don't know how to describe it. And I don't really like the feeling of getting thirsty after eating salt. Just makes you drink more water and put on more excess water weight. So I don't like that. Do I crave it? I eat a lot of tomato paste. Tomato paste has natural sodium in a ratio that is considered low sodium, but it's still enough to give you.
And it's not really salt. It's like naturally.
To curb the cravings. If you're craving salt, there's a lot of sodium. Like coconut water is very salty.
Celery, they say to have
Celery
to help with salt cravings. I still have some salt. Like I'll have maybe miso paste, or like in Portugal here, it's different. The fleur de salt, it's not just like sodium chloride like you have in tropical Canada where I'm from. So it's different, but I don't add a ton to my food. But I'll have ketchup that has salt in it. Like I try not to add salt to the food, but with the sauce, it'll have some salt in it. So I would say I'm like mid salt. He's like really low salt. He adds 0 salt to his food. It's just the naturally occurring sodium that he's having.
I guess, sorry, the kimchi
Well, the kimchi
has a
but
little
it has
bit.
literally like not much at all.
It's really low.
Where I'm still having like salty sauces, but I
Mhm.
still, the amount of ketchup that I have is not that much compared to what I used to have, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
And the amount of soy sauce I have is very little in my rice. I'm actually very dry, more dry, I think, than you are. Your food is more wet than my food.
Yeah, I like high water content food. And I always make sure to drink at least 2 cups of water before
Yeah.
my meals.
That helps too.
Um,
Definitely drink before your meal. Like
yeah.
while you're cooking, drink your water.
Yeah, maybe half an hour before.
Yeah, because I don't know.
You don't
I
want-
had a comment before that said like, oh, isn't chugging water like really bad before a meal because it messes with the digestive juices? And like there's probably some truth to that. So that's why maybe I would advocate for while you're cooking, sip your water. Like have at least half a liter. That'll definitely help.
Absorb and digest.
Like yeah,
better.
just everything. It just helps. It helps liquefy everything.
Yeah, and with the salt, I also feel like, for example, she mentioned ketchup. I haven't had ketchup in a while, but when I do, I notice that it's very stimulating in the sense that our bodies are drawn to, high calorie foods and high mineral content. We have these receptors that trigger this kind of dopamine release. So if you guys do your research, there's 1,000 milligrams of sodium in 100 grams of ketchup compared to maybe 10 milligrams in 100 grams of fruits. So by having ketchup, you're telling your body like the signals go off like salt. It's very stimulating in that sense. Plus, I've done some research where a lot of sodium raises the voltage of your cells. So people say that they feel like this boost of energy from salt when really you're just driving up or messing the electric system of the cell. And then obviously there's going to have a crash.
Victoria said my husband ate high carb, low fat for 1 week and went from high blood pressure to normal blood pressure. You just have to be strict.
Yeah.
And I would 100% agree with that. We were just watching maybe a few days ago a Nathan Pritikin video where it was like the diabetic patients had to stop taking insulin within 3 or 4 days of eating a high carb, low fat diet. So the results can be very dramatic, but as long as you're strict and you stick to it, I don't see why you won't get what you're seeking, And yeah, like when Carb King was having ketchup, he used to have so much ketchup. Like compared to what the amount that I'm having now, I wish I could show you. He would have like a full hand of ketchup, whereas I'm having like the thumb. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he would like, we would go through ketchup bottles like crazy. So he was having tons of salt. So the amount that you have now is like 0 almost. It's just from the tomato paste.
I have enough sodium.
Yeah,
there's
enough.
sodium in coconut water. There's a little bit of sodium in the jam. There's sodium in the bananas. There's sodium in tomatoes. And
for me right now, like I don't feel like I'm really carrying too much, or I don't feel like super stimulated from the salt. So I will agree with Victoria. She kind of said like if you're doing any endurance, like a little bit's okay. If your blood pressure is good, a little bit of salt is okay.
Right.
And that's in the sauces or blah, blah, blah. It's just most people overdo it. I used to salt my food before I even ate it, before I was doing this. Yeah. So I was at a point where I was having way too much salt.
It's unnecessary. We're supposed to have a higher potassium to sodium ratio. And again, coconut water has 2,000 milligrams of potassium in this whole bottle compared to 500 milligrams. That's like the ratio 20 to 5.
Oh, sorry, I was reading the comments.
That's all good. So we're naturally supposed to have way more potassium than sodium. Same with the bananas, Same with fruits and veggies. But if you're salting your food, you're offsetting that balance. Now you're having way more sodium than potassium.
Yeah.
And if you study the human cell, it's like a battery, and there's a specific configuration, and the salt is on the outside of the cell. It's the extracellular fluid. So if salt gets inside of the cell from eating too much salt, it disrupts the ion pumps, and now the body has to make up for it by actually getting calcium out of the bones. So it kind of buffers.
So you're like peeing out your muscles and
Yeah,
bones.
so that's also my problem with too much salt, is that the body makes up for it by leaching calcium.
Someone asked if we do caffeine. Like, no, we don't. Yeah.
Well, sometimes, like, okay.
And Coca-Cola.
If we go out and there's Coca-Cola, I'll have a Coca-Cola.
But it's definitely not an everyday thing. And I used to be, before, when I was fasting every week, like 44 hours, sometimes twice a week, you best know I was having 2 or 3 Americanos and was just an absolute nervous wreck. So no, I'm not. And I went through a 2-week detox when I quit caffeine, and I had horrible, horrible headaches. And I wanted to just, I couldn't do much, and I was very miserable. So it is an addictive substance, and don't let anybody tell you any different.
It's a stimulant. It's like liquid stimulants, and a lot of people are completely addicted to it. Plus, it has like a half-life of a few days. So even if you have caffeine and then don't have it, it's still circulating within your body for a few days. And it's an appetite suppressant. So a lot of people use caffeine, as an appetite suppressant. And if you're working and you go for a coffee break, you're just kind of all wired and you forget to eat, which drives up your cortisol, which then
it's like super duper, because your cortisol already raises in the morning, and then if you're having caffeine in the morning, it's crazy. But I've been coffee free for like 3 years.
And cortisol is a fat storing kind of hormone. It's a fight or flight stress hormone. So if you're in a weight loss journey, all natty, no stimulants is the best way to go. As long as blood pressure is normal, some salt is okay, especially if sweating a lot with endurance training. I think you've already read this. But my blood pressure is perfect. Actually, I should get the machine and check it for you guys, but we'll do that on another video. And but I really recommend people buy a blood pressure machine and just checking it and seeing. So that's another kind of silent killer, is a lot of people might actually have high blood pressure. They don't even feel it. There's no symptoms.
Well, you can be nervous. You can be quick to anger, very reactive. That's kind of the symptoms of emotionally. That's, I guess, some of the symptoms of
I would say if somebody has like a red face, some of the guys at soccer, a lot of them are on blood pressure medications. You would be surprised how many elderly people or older gentlemen and women are.
I have family that are on it,
So that's what the medical system wants. They want you fat, sick, and stupid, like Peter Rogers says. I love oatmeal with brown sugar, equal proportions.
That's great. I love that.
Oatmeal is great.
I love brown sugar and oatmeal.
Personally, oatmeal for me, I don't know. I don't know. I can feel it's kind of fatty. It doesn't really do the same as rice. It's good. It's great. It's still a low-fat food, but you have to consider that it's probably, I would say, 7 times fattier than rice. And rice is extremely low-fat.
I would say that most people don't have as much oatmeal as they do rice.
And oatmeal can be a little bit more satiating. I can see why people like that.
And if you're adding tons of sugar to it, that's great.
My daughter eats ketchup weekly, like a few bottles, the biggest ones.
That's what he was like.
I've been there. I could go through a ketchup bottle in one meal.
I've had a ketchup bottle in the fridge since I got here, which was in May, and it's July, like almost 2 months, and it's just getting to the bottom now. So I'm very sparing with my ketchup sauce, and the miso paste is definitely gonna last beyond when I'm even here. So
I still love soy sauce, but I just avoid it
Yeah, and
because
he used to go through bottles of it like crazy, and I
once
still have the one in here that wasn't
Yeah.
even full, and it's still in the fridge.
so Lauren eats she's good with it. She can eat very low.
like I still have it for taste, but it's
Yeah.
not like dominating like he used to have.
Oh, I could I you know,
I can't believe how many ketchup bottles we used to go through. Actually,
maybe like once a day or once
know.
one every 2 days.
yeah, we would go through half the bottle in one meal, which was crazy.
McDougal said salt is okay as long as it helps us eat more plants. I agree.
Yeah, I will
And
agree
that's
with
the
that
thing,
too.
like
if you're starting out, for sure.
we would have to make a video like what's the tier list of of this lifestyle, and adding salt, like as long as you're not having any oils, as long as you're having enough calories and everything,
And if it helps you get enough calories,
that's the thing.
yeah, just be just like
Yeah.
just be mindful. Like when you're doing too much,
Right.
Salt or whatever.
And sweat it out. Like there's no reason why it's like it could be as a motivation for you to be like, I gotta sweat off the sodium I had from last night. So it actually can make you go and sweat and exercise more. The sugar you guys get, is there any bone char in it? The sugar I get is Zolka vegan, pure cane sugar. Should I just use the cheaper brands? This bone char thing, like I don't even know.
I think that's a fugazi. I don't think there's any truth to that.
Yeah.
It's pure refined sugar. There's not like a more expensive white sugar option at the store. Like there's just white sugar, yellow sugar, coconut sugar, la-di-da, and like the minerals and the coconut sugar and all of this, in my mind, it's very sparse, and it's not like you're actually getting that much more vitamin and mineral content from getting coconut sugar, which some people might argue with me and say that I'm wrong. But it's compared to having whole foods or fruits or vegetables, you're going to get way more vitamins and minerals from that than you are from coconut sugar.
Yeah. So sugar is sugar, like. And I don't think they use bone char anymore. From what I understand, this was done back in the day, and I don't think they do that now. I miss John McDougal. Yes, rest in peace, John McDougal. Yeah. You are one of the OGs. You stood up against the mainstream. Definitely an OG.
Yeah, and put out great work. That's still available.
Yeah.
We're very lucky that it's still available on YouTube to watch and refresh our memory.
My favorite Dr. McDougal quote is, "The fat you eat is the fat you wear." And that was like, click. That makes total sense. Because a lot of people might say, excess calories turn to fat, even if if you're smashing sugar. So it makes me think, do you think the body turns sugar into fat? Like saying sugar turns to fat is like saying sugar raises your cholesterol. A lot of people come on our channel and say, cholesterol is good for you. If you don't eat cholesterol, then your hormones are gonna. So, but I'm having extra sugar. Shouldn't that sugar turn to fat, and then the body can use that fat to make cholesterol? But
he has, I don't know. You had 400 grams of sugar today, at least.
Yeah. And what does excess fat turn into? Like sugar?
What does fat turn into?
Yeah, does it turn into muscle?
Does fat turn into protein?
Yeah, it's just so, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Okay, thanks. I'll get the cheaper packs of sugar. Yeah, cheap, man, cheap.
Whatever's good. If you're like, this diet can be really cheap or it can be really expensive depending on where you're at.
Mm-hmm. Hey, could you comment on the polyphenols in olive oil? I think consuming 2 tablespoons of good olive oil is incredibly healthy.
That's like 30 grams of fat off the bat, just for reference.
And if you do an oral glucose tolerance test right after having olive oil, you would most likely fail. So incredibly healthy, like just eat olives. If you want the polyphenols, just eat olives, eat berries, eat whatever, drink a glass of wine. Like, we're not recommending alcohol, but that's what they're saying. Alcohol has polyphenols as well.
I would say eat some olives instead.
Yeah, eat olives.
Yeah. And it's more of, I don't know, drinking olive oil can't be as satisfying as eating an olive.
Yeah. Here's a good question. Who have been your inspirations for this lifestyle? That's a good question. I got into this lifestyle because of Durian Rider, right? I was into the Arnold Ehret and fruitarian and fasting and John Rose with the juice fasting. And I was going through, I was like on day 7 of a juice fast, clearly not having enough sugar, struggling. Like,
Yeah, you said
and
you weren't doing any exercise.
no, I
you
was
were
just
in
laying
the
it, yeah,
bed.
laying in the couch, waiting, each day because I thought somehow if I drink juice, I'm just going to heal. So I came across a Durian Rider video because I was researching vegan athletes. I had watched What the Health and Game Changers, and I knew that being vegan kind of helped you in terms of athletic performance. And first time I turned vegan, I did experience health benefits, but then it kind of died out, maybe 2 weeks into it. So because
You're not getting enough calories.
no, I was just eating. I was just thought, whatever, like the fake meats and whatever. As long as I thought, as long as it's vegan, it's healthy. But then my performance went down, and I was just researching, fruitarians and blah blah blah. And I came across a Durian Rider video. Shout out Durian Rider. He's an OG. I may not agree with things that he says now with the OnlyFans and the vasectomies. But his message has stayed clear, consistent. So as soon as I saw that he's recommending sugar as a performance enhancing food, and then I just added sugar to my juices during my juice fast, and instantly, like wow. And then that I just broke the fast with some rice and
the rest
and
is
the
history.
rest is history.
And yeah, he put me on to sugar. So I didn't know about Durian Rider. So him and I followed the same kind of people on Instagram that were doing the John Rose and the Hilton Hotima and the Arnold Ehret and whatever, I don't know, medical medium maybe and all this stuff. And
Yeah.
It was just it was very high raw, plant-based, always raw foods and this, that. And you kind of get into this psychosis. I definitely got into a psychosis of being totally not eating enough. And then he told me have some sugar. So I treated it as an energy drink, and I put 4 or 5, maybe 6 tablespoons into a 500 ml lemonade that I made. And I was looking at it I could only have this when I go to yoga or when I go to an exercise. But when I first had it, it just immediately made my mood better, made me a lot easier to talk to and be around, and I was able to perform a lot better at work and athletically. So yeah, he told me to have some sugar, and then I didn't really start watching Durian Rider videos until a couple years ago, and then it just all made sense. And yeah.
Yeah, and I have to say, shout out to Arnold Ehret, Mucusless Diet Healing System and Rational Fasting. There's a lot of good information on these books, and I think they are misinterpreted by the raw food movement and the fruitarian community. But I'll see if I can find some interesting quotes out here.
And he suggests sugar, and he
Yeah.
suggests cooked food, and that everyone just kind of glazes over
Yeah.
this stuff and just thinks, I don't need to transition because I'm an ascended being or whatever, blah, blah.
People misinterpret this book. All they care is about the list. What is mucus forming and what is mucusless? And that's it. No, there's a transition. He recommends toast because cooking the starch of the toast removes some of the mucus forming properties. But here's a good quote. Albumin is not the most important substance for our blood. Albumin is like protein. So protein is not the most important substance for our blood, nor is it the mineral salts alone which build perfect blood. The cardinal substance for man's blood is the highest developed form of carbohydrate, chemically called sugar stuff, grape or fruit sugar, as contained more or less in all ripe fruits and in the next lower state in vegetables. The newer advanced science teaches that even the small amount of protein that is necessary is developed from grape sugar in the animal and human body. All cereal and vegetable eating animals transform these foods first into grape sugar and then, as a matter of fact, in the body entirely. So it's telling you right here that sugar is the most important substance for your blood. And then people just read the book and kind of see like, oh, I'm just going to eat salads, which are lacking a little bit in sugar. So this is a great book. I have to shout out Arnold Ehret. He's an OG.
I remember breaking a fast once with one of the salads that he made, and it was dates and cucumbers and lemon juice and black pepper. Like that was gonna sustain me. That was my dinner one night. Pathetic.
If you cook bacon and dump the bacon grease down the drain, it will clog your drain. What do you think it does to your arteries and pipes? That's a good one.
Yeah.
Aren't you worried about sugar rotting your teeth, especially when you consume it with the acidic juices? Guys, do I look like my teeth are rotting? And you gotta have good hygiene. Brush your teeth after your meals. Swish your mouth with water. Floss.
Yeah,
Right?
I gargle with like salt water every night.
Yeah, you know, people eat sugar and then they just go around their day and they don't drink water. They get dehydrated.
And it's a lack of calcium in your
Yeah.
diet. Like it really is down to the diet. Like your mouth hygiene matters, but like your teeth are made of calcium.
Right. And then again, there's plenty of calcium in plant foods. If you eat enough calories, you're going to hit your calcium. And I don't think the problem is sugar. It's more of that your teeth remineralize when you have enough saliva. So if you're dry mouth and if you're not drinking water and if you're just, that's going to contribute more to teeth problems than there's some replies to this comment. Ariane, rinse with water and never brush your teeth or an hour or two after acidic foods. That's a good tip. Yeah, I always wait, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes after eating because
the enamel is soft after you eat. So.
And yeah, your body is kind of producing enzymes to if you brush your teeth, it will be okay. Yeah, not only brush, but floss and rinse. Thanks for the reply about the olive oil. I've been following Durian Rider for a while now. I even bought his ebook once, but you have to admit, he's aged terribly. Hair loss and graying. Here's the thing about Durian Rider, guys. Yeah. And that's another thing that we don't agree with him. People think we worship Durian Rider and we're kind of in a cult. No, there's a lot of things I disagree with Durian Rider. One of them being the PED use, the performance enhancing drugs, the steroids he's admittedly taking. He's not lying to you. He says that he takes performance enhancing drugs. And if you look at people who do steroids, one of the symptoms is rapid aging. You think he lost his hair because he doesn't have mineral deficiency? So
he had amazing hair.
Why am I not balding, guys?
He had amazing hair before he started taking steroids. And you all know that because you can see it in his videos from 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
It's not the sugar that's aging him.
Yeah, there's a bodybuilder that's like abusing steroids. His name's Andrei Smayev, if you look it up. He looks 50 and he's like 27.
Yeah, he's 27.
But he's not on the sugar diet. He eats whatever.
I mean, I was surprised to find out that Mark Bell was 49. I thought he was way older.
Yeah. So like, do we look like we're aging? Like, how do I still have my hair? It's not a hair transplant, guys. But Yeah, but that's a good. You can see why. Okay, he's
A lot of people attribute durian rider and sugar, and they just assume that's the aging. And he's all glycated and all of this stuff. And
Yeah.
it's just like it is actually the PED use, and I would argue he is spilling it way too much with Michelle, with Natasha. He's just throwing away his life force. So,
preserve your life force, guys, in the chat. Keep your chi, channel your chi into your craft. And
so yeah, there's a lot of factors, and you could argue he spends too much time in the sun and he blah 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 blah, but it's actually just the PEDs.
Yeah,
that's the number one cause of his rapid aging.
Yeah,
and he doesn't follow the diet all the time. Like, he has oily fries, you know what I mean?
That's the thing. He says himself that he doesn't follow the protocol 100%, and you can see when he cheats with
like shitty food,
with like potato chips.
Instead of having like olives or avocados, he's having more like oily stuff. I would say.
Which I'm not trying to do that. My cheat meals is like a bag of peanuts or a jar of olives, or I'll go to Subway and have a salty bread with the veggie sub. I haven't had potato chips in years. Hi guys, I love that you are doing this. Thank you guys. We were just only going to do an hour, but since it's popping, we'll keep doing it.
We still have like 23 people.
Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for everything you guys
sticking
do.
Around.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the haters gonna hate, man. They're
haters
always
gonna hate.
They're always
haters
there.
gonna hate, man. You two are an inspiration to me. I've been on a plant-based diet for 4 years, and now I'm starting to add sugar to my orange juice. I feel full of energy.
That's awesome.
That's the way to go, guys. And that's the thing. Orange juice is great, but here in Europe where we live, it's just not the best Brix value. Research Brix value. That's the sugar content that's diluted in the fruit. Because the fruit is picked too early, all the companies really want to do is sell you fruit like it's a business.
Yeah, that looks nice.
Yeah, they don't care about the sugar content. So what we're doing is we're supplementing the oranges we're bumping up the Brix value by adding sugar. And that's why I prefer white sugar, because if I added coconut sugar or brown sugar to orange juice, it's going to mess with the taste.
It alters the taste.
It has impurities. So white sugar is just like, it doesn't alter the flavor of the orange juice. It really just bumps up the sweetness. That's what I'm looking for.
And I'm eating kiwis, apricots, like more plums and stuff. I'm having all these like stone fruits here, and I'm not adding sugar to them. But the watermelon, yeah, I'm gonna add some sugar to it. The orange juice, yeah, I'm gonna have some sugar to it. I actually put only 80 grams in my 1 liter yesterday, and I was like, this is not sweet enough. So I had to add another like 40 grams of sugar to make it to my taste buds or whatever.
I've been doing 200 grams. And again, don't try this at home because this is for professionals. But maybe you do need 200 grams in 1 liter bottle of orange juice. And then I had another 100 grams within maybe 30 minutes with psyllium husk. And I went for a run, and it's just like unlimited energy. I was like, all right, I'm just not getting tired. And that's a great feeling. That's what this I believe Daniel said. I feel full of energy. Yeah, like smash 100 grams, 200 grams, 300 grams of sugar, and then watch yourself like not even be hungry.
Yeah.
A lot of people complain of like, oh, I'm not satiated. I need more protein. When it's just like you're not having enough sugar. Sugar is what's going to trigger your body into like, enough energy. This guy is eating enough. Let's go for a run. Let's go sweat it out. Let's go wrestle. Let's go do things. A lot of people have kids, right? A lot of people in the comments, maybe you have kids. You want to put every ounce of energy you have into your kids, into your work. If you're a writer, if you're whatever you do for a job, you need energy. You're not going to just, cruise around life like, oh, that's too much sugar. But yeah, I love this energy, guys. Keep it up. Keep up the energy. And then the energy is reciprocal. You guys are giving us energy. You guys we're carving up. you guys are carving up and we're like feeding off each other. This is beautiful. I had a bottle of beetroot juice the other day. It was awesome. I'll go to the store tonight for another bottle. It's awesome. I agree. Beetroot juice contains nitrates. That's going to enhance your blood flow. It's going to trigger vasodilation. So then you're just going to get more blood flow. And it's also a very good source of sodium. There's a lot of sodium in beetroot juice. Do you brush with toothpaste or just toothbrush and water? Yes, we do use toothpaste. We have like a natural.
It's got no fluoride, but it's got the hydroxyapatite or whatever it's called in it, and
But it's like a home brand kind of.
It's from Portugal.
It's a traditional Portuguese. And I floss every day. And we rinse. Lauren does salt water, but I like to rinse with water. Some people do oil pulling with like coconut. I've done that in the past, but
it's not like a consistent thing.
Careful not to swallow it. You don't want to swallow coconut oil. Durian Rider recently said, your performance is your age. And that's right. People chirp Durian Rider, or Harley, his name's Harley. They chirp him for looking aged, but he has a high VO2 max. This guy can run, if I'm not mistaken, he can run a 5K, 5,000 meters in like 16 minutes.
Yes.
That's like really good. And he's almost 50. So again, longevity, if you're looking into expanding your lifespan, VO2 max is one of the highest predictors of longevity. Y'all look amazing. Thanks, guys. Thank you. All natural. Thank you. It speaks for itself. Like, why aren't we aging? I'm 32. Lauren's turning 36 next week. You know, but people they're just so like, they don't see that Durian Rider does steroids, guys. Durian Rider is out in the sun all day. Durian Rider doesn't even do his protocols. Like he's always.
Well, he does, but not all the time.
No, he says when he gets too lean, he eats more fat. But you can argue that potato chips is worse for you than, let's say, a bag of peanuts.
Yeah, or avocado sushi or something.
Well, yeah, avocado sushi is pretty healthy.
Well, depending on how much.
So if you're getting too lean, then by all means, please eat more fat. That's why the BMI scale is a good indicator if you're underweight or you're overweight. Hi, I am very new to this and I have terrible insomnia. I only get 5 or 6 hours of sleep. I usually wake up at 3 or 5 in the a.m. and I can't go to sleep at night by 10 to 12, feeling hot at night and cold at day. That is interesting. I would recommend, if you're not doing that already, to bump your sugar intake because sugar lowers cortisol. And when you sleep, you go into a deep phase. You have the REM sleep when you're dreaming. And before that, the first thing that happens is your deep sleep. And that's when your body triggers growth hormone so that you rest and repair. And growth hormone, you need sugar to be able to rest well. So I would also get off any caffeine. I don't know if you do any coffee, but quit all forms of caffeine. No energy drinks, no Coca-Cola, no coffee.
Try reading before bed. Try getting off your screen time. And when you get up in the morning, to reset your circadian rhythm, you should try and get sunshine in the morning as best as you can for 10-15 minutes. And same thing with like sunset. Try to stick to a scheduled habit. It might sound kind of like regimented or something, but along with what Carb King said, you can always kind of do lifestyle changes like reading before bed, stuff like this, that'll kind of put you into a totally different, calmer state.
Yeah, exercise also might improve your quality of sleep. Don't exercise too late, like before, like too.
Yeah, because that'll keep your heart rate
try
up.
to exercise either in the morning or like in the afternoon, but not too late. Hopefully that helped. Please let us know more details. about your diet and about what your problems. But yeah, good luck, and I hope you can get it figured out. The problem is the acid because it's immediate acting. Like soda is 2 pH. Sugar takes time to produce acid when left in the teeth, and it's a weak one. Caps around at 4.5 to 5 pH. Research the Stefan curve. That's interesting. Thanks
Oh
for
yeah, you could do
sharing.
like gum, like
Yeah,
xylitol
yeah,
gum
chew some gum.
after a meal. That like doesn't matter what diet you're on, that would be helpful.
Yeah, rinse like if like we just drank soda, and
I got coconut water.
yeah, but then drink or like swish around water after
Yeah.
drinking soda. Uh, Bruh, going bald is unrelated to diet. Durian just didn't take finasteride and accepted it. Okay, yeah, that's you could argue that balding is it's genetic, but I don't think balding is natural in the sense of you don't see lions balding, you don't see dogs balding, right? And if they do go bald, then there's something wrong with their diet. So I think Durian Rider got bald because one, he takes roids. Two, the roids raise up your testosterone, and testosterone binds to DHA, and that kind of triggers hair loss. Plus, when he cheats on his diet, he eats a lot of fatty chips and oily stuff, which we're not trying to do that. We're in this diet for health and longevity. We're not for looks. We don't want to, just get lean and take a photo and put it on Instagram. No, I want to live as long as I can.
And live well.
Live well.
Yeah.
My body is a gift that God has gifted us, and I want to preserve it. I want to honor it. I want to put in the best fuel in my body. Um, and I believe in a species specific diet. Lions are supposed to eat something, apes are supposed to eat another diet, and humans have a very specific carbohydrate rich diet. And if we deviate from that, let's say in an ice age, of course, I don't want to starve. I'm going to eat whatever I can.
Yeah, we're opportunistic.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's ideal.
Yeah, just because you can doesn't mean you should, I guess.
Any thoughts on fixing iron deficiency? Well, eat more leafy greens like spinach. Popeye. Back in the day, Popeye was a good was a good cartoon. I remember he would just eat the spinach and get buff. But I would also say that having an adequate carbohydrate intake keeps your red blood cells alive. Your red blood cells are very specific in the sense that they require glucose to perform. And if you're under eating, then you're just killing your red blood cells, and that contributes to kind of anemia type symptoms. And you don't want to eat too much iron because there's also iron overload. So
Yeah.
I would just focus on maybe more leafy greens, but predominantly eat more fruits, eat more starches, and maybe incorporate sugar onto your diet so that
pumpkin seeds are supposed to be a good source as
yeah,
well.
there's a lot of nuts
don't
and
overload
seeds.
on them.
A lot of nuts and seeds have iron, but you don't want to mix that with sugar. Maybe have a little handful or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would need more context about your diet or about your exercise. Also, like over exercising can lower your iron.
And general stress, like,
Stress,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, I didn't know about PEDs. Do you have any advice on heartburn? I have huge problems with it, especially after eating fruit.
I think this has something to do with the gut microbiome. And I think eventually, if you eat enough starches, and people say to eat a lot of beans to get to this point because it starts to produce butyrate, which is supposed to be really good for our gut lining. We need fiber, prebiotic rich foods so that will bring your gut into a more, proper, I want to say alkaline state, but that's not it because it's an acidic environment. But more attuned to what the human diet is, and then you won't suffer from so much heartburn. But I have a lot of people say this, so I think it's that the body is just so acidic. You're in such an acidic state from your previous diet that you're kind of in an in-between stage where, maybe more starches will help you and then work your way up to sugar. I've said that a few times. I don't know how many people it's helped or how people have progressed with that, but I just think in general, whatever you were eating before is still affecting how your gut microbiome interacts with your esophagus and, your digestion and how you're eating.
And try to drink enough water before your meals.
Yeah, that's always...
Maybe 30 to 45 minutes before your meals, have at least half a liter of water. Maybe add some lemon to it, lemon juice. But yeah, that's a common thing that a lot of people tell us. There is no such thing. If you eat enough calories from whole plant foods, iron is actually bad for you. Watch Peter Rogers' lectures on this.
We've also
you don't want
those.
too much iron. You want just enough. And don't take any supplements, because these supplements can actually, be toxic for you. And just focus on, lentils have iron, and so does cream of wheat.
Perfect.
2 packs has 90% of our iron for today. And have it with sugar or maple syrup. Having sugar will help with the iron absorption.
And I think maple syrup has some iron. Like it actually has magnesium, potassium,
molasses.
Yeah.
Carb the F up, Porto. Let's go. Well, we've already carved up. Where's the?
I got the
give me some coconut water. We added sugar to this, guys. So cheers. Carb the F up.
I miss the Thailand coconuts for sure.
I just discovered I have celiac, which seems to be the anemia cause. Hoping just going gluten-free will help, but was recommended IV iron, which sounds crazy.
That does sound crazy.
Yeah, just give it time. Just eat more carbs, have your fruit, have your leafy greens, eat your...
I would change the diet before doing an IV.
Yeah.
I would at least test it out for a few weeks and see how you feel. Not necessarily getting a blood test again, but just see how your energy levels
I'm not
are.
familiar with celiac. Maybe can you please tell us more?
I think I don't know, that's sickle cell anemia. I was thinking.
You both look fabulous. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hydroxyapatite. I'm sure I butchered it, but that's not good. I used to use it, but not anymore. Worked for a dental office and totally against fluoride. But the other, just look it up. It's nanoparticles. It's not the one we use. It's not nanoapatite, but
I'll grab it and see what.
Yeah, it's not nano. But any like non-fluoride toothpaste will do. And you can make your own toothpaste using like coconut oil and baking soda. We used to camp a lot, and sometimes we just use baking soda as our toothpaste. Happy early birthday, Lauren. Yeah, she turns 36 next week. B12 helps with...
Thank you.
B12 helps with anemia. Yeah. And again, B12 has to do with the quality of the food and the soil. So most people are B12 deficient because we live in an overly sanitized society. Everybody's always washing off the dirt. We're supposed to have dirt in our fingers and climb trees and then eat fruits, and we're getting B12 that way. But you can always take a supplement, right? There's also B12 in nori sheets. There is B12 in seaweed. So no excuse not to get your B12 in. Happy birthday, Lauren. I'm a July birthday also. It's a great month. Yeah. Also, what's all the hype around blood type? People say type O needs more protein. Y'all's thoughts? Well, it's not Lauren's birthday yet. It's next week, but thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah.
So
it's next week.
Lauren's a Cancer for all the horoscopes. I'm also a Cancer. We're actually on two, like I'm the beginning of cancer and Lauren's the end of cancer. So that's kind of interesting if you're into astrology.
Yeah, the blood type thing. I haven't looked into blood type diets. I know that there's a hype around them on social media, and there's enough content on it. But I honestly, I don't even know what blood type I am. My mother would know because she used to be in the hospital and she would take my blood often. But yeah, do you know what your blood type is?
No, but it seems illogical to think that all humans are have to have different diets based on their blood type. It's kind of like saying some monkeys are supposed to eat fruits, other monkeys are supposed to eat steaks, other monkeys are supposed to eat fruits and steaks. Like no, monkeys eat bananas.
Yeah.
But hey, that's my opinion. I don't know.
And we've never really done a lot of research on it.
Well, yeah, I've heard about it. How some people are whatever, they're the hunter gatherers. They need more meat, or some people are more of the farmers, and they can handle vegetables. Like,
but the basics of it is getting enough calories from carbohydrates and keeping your fat low. I think that would be the basics. Getting enough sunshine, getting enough water, getting enough sleep. Those things are going to take you a lot further than eating for your blood type, in my opinion.
Right. Guys, I have done all this. No caffeine, no coffee, no tea. I also get sun and be active in the whole day, and nothing seems to work. This is the person who can't sleep.
Okay.
Or gets very little sleep. Well, I will do more research on that and see what I can come up with. But
I think it's handling stress. Like, some
Yeah.
days I sleep better than others, and I find, like, I don't know if you're a man or a woman or whatever, but I sleep a
Yeah.
lot worse just before my period. I can get like a little bit less sleep because of the way the hormones are fluctuating. It affects me, but then I try to get, and like, if you're not getting enough sleep at night, if you have access to getting a nap in, get a nap in. Like, try to get, you know what I mean? Try to get sleep anytime you can. When I first came here, I was 3 years ago, I was under eating, I was not getting enough carbohydrates, and as soon as I had enough sugar, as soon as I had enough food, I would be mid-conversation with Carb King at the beach in the middle of the day and clunk out and like have a nap, and he would obviously let me sleep because it was just like years of stress, years of working 6 days a week, years of trying to keep up with family things and blah blah blah, and trying to keep up this facade. So it was a lot of undue stress that I was putting on myself that I think that affects people more than anything does. So it's hard to self-evaluate in that sense. But yeah, changing the environment that you're in for a little bit, like that could help. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, sleeping with a fan. I noticed how you said before that you sleep like too hot.
Yeah,
You
control
want
the
to
temperature. Fresh air at night is good.
maybe open a window or invest in a fan, and the white noise from the fan can help you as well. Off the bat, I can think of using hemisync. Like there's some frequencies that you can use headphones, and it's like binaural.
Oh yeah.
That can help reset your nervous system. But I wish you all the best, and hopefully we can work it out. And I'm sending you a hug. Maybe you're going through stress, family problems. I don't know.
Don't watch the news. You know what I mean? Try to like filter the content and stuff that you're watching. That can be more calming.
Yeah. It's all going to be okay. It's all going to be all right. We're all going to make it. What is the cheapest possible diet I could have? Trying to save money here. Be as specific as possible. Well, I have done a series of vegan on $2 a day. Maybe you can watch that if you want to. But basically, it's rice, it's sugar, it's potatoes, it's
corn,
beans, canned foods,
canned pineapples and stuff like that. If you can't, bananas are cheaper than pretty much any other fruit.
Raisins.
If you can get your hands on some dates or something, depending on what they're priced at.
Yeah, frozen veggies, frozen potatoes, kind of like these little ice cream, not ice cream, but these popsicles or
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Like,
candy. Look if you can find some good quality candy.
but yeah, like as far as starches go, it's rice, potatoes, sweet potatoes. You could do pastas, breads.
Pasta's a good one.
And just get like a plain kind of tomato sauce. If
Yeah.
you can make your own, it's
Cheap
better.
tomato sauces. You can make your own sauces.
But yeah, like rice and beans, like that's universal.
Staple.
That's across all cultures. And then as far as the fruit goes, you can make lemonades and have and have banana smoothies.
You can make your own sports drinks by having sugar, lemon, just water.
Yeah, this diet can be super cheap on your budget, or you can be very extravagant and get all of the exotic fruits and spend all the money on that. But it's still cheaper than I think getting grass fed and all this other stuff. So
okay, my birthday is July 25th. I'll be turning 46 in a week. I'm getting old, but I don't look it. Hippie Pisces.
Oh, nice.
Happy early birthday. I'm guessing you're a Leo.
Yes.
Apple cider vinegar with the mother is awesome for it. Apple cider vinegar. Be careful with the vinegar for your teeth. It's acidic as well.
Lemon juice would be better.
Yeah. Nutrition by Victoria. My hemoglobin and ferritin are highest eating fruit, sugar, and starches. Lots of raisins and dates. Sugar and vitamin C enhance iron absorption. Exactly. Yeah. Thank you for this comment.
And dates are like amazing. They have like everything. They have all the vitamins and minerals.
There you go, guys. Qualified nutritionists telling you dates, sugar, vitamin C, all enhance iron absorption. That's the best. And go check out Nutrition by Victoria. Her content's really cool. Okay, thanks. Would you put your newborn on this diet when there is only essential fatty and amino acids to grow? A newborn would be drinking human breast milk, guys. Human breast milk is low protein and it's low fat and it's mostly carbohydrates. And
baby food.
Yeah, if you look, a newborn, this is baby food for 8 months plus. It's basically banana puree, strawberry puree, lemon juice, carrot puree, and vitamin C.
And there's plenty of people that have children and are doing a high carb,
everything the body needs. Again, Nutrition by Victoria is a mother of children, and I'm not sure, they were breastfed, plus they are, there we go, there's a comment here, sorry. Newborns need breast milk from a high carb mama.
There we go.
Avoiding phytic acid aids iron absorption as well. Okay, I didn't know that. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Cool. Thanks, Victoria. I just learned that eating a lot of iron just turns up heptacin, which is the iron brake. Does it seem to slow steady approach is best?
And iron leaches calcium from your bones. Having too much iron is really bad. It's really bad for you if people are iron maxing, and it's the wrong way to go.
Yeah. Do you eat refined sugar? Yes, we do eat refined
every day.
Sugar.
Every day we're having refined sugar.
A growing child after 1 or 2 years, there is no more breast milk. Lol. Well, there's bananas, there's mangoes, there's rice, there's potatoes, there's
honestly,
there's peanuts. Peanuts. Have some peanuts. Have some avocado.
Some fats.
Have some.
Just from my experience with my nieces and nephews, they don't really want the meat. They're always eating the pasta, the potatoes, the rice, and if I give them fruits and stuff like this, they're perfectly happy eating all of this, or granolas or oats or things like this. It's attuned to their palate. They are into that. And I remember as a kid, putting things to the side, and it was too greasy and it was too fatty, and it made me uneasy when I was having that kind of too much of meat heavy food. So of course.
But let's ask a question. Let's be kind of in the spirit of learning. Can you please let us know what a child should eat? I appreciate it. Let's all just grow and learn. Please let us know, what do you think a growing child should eat? Beginning of cancer here, June 25th, turned 39, type O blood, and have had 3 successful pregnancies on a low but sufficient protein intake. Again, Nutrition by Victoria, one of the OGs of the movement. I appreciate you, Victoria. Thanks for being here. How long have you been on this diet? How long were your transition periods? Well, I've been high carb, low fat since the beginning of 2020, just as the pandemic was happening. I was like, you know what? I got to get this is now or never. I got to get my stuff together. So I got into fruits and fasting, but then I realized, you know what? High carb, low fat is where it's at. So going on 6 years strong now.
Yeah. For me, I was like getting into being vegetarian in 2022. But then again, I was calorie restricting, fasting too much. If you go on my channel, Lauren Loves Carbs, you'll see plenty of videos of me, elaborating on that. But I've been high carb, low fat for 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And I look completely different. I have pictures in my videos too showing what I looked like before, and I was 170 pounds or something when I was 30, and I'm going to be 36, and I'm sitting at like 145, and healthy body weight, healthy fat percentage, and no osteoporosis, none of this or whatever, bone density and stuff like that. Like,
we got a new scale, and Lauren's bone density is off the charts.
Yeah, it's higher than the average.
Yeah, and I've sparred with Lauren, like martial arts, and I have people tell me that I have like iron for bones. People say like, "Damn, man, your bones are made of metal," and I'm like, "Oh, Lauren, your bones are made of metal." So,
and I grew up I grew up with my dad and my older brothers, so I was very athletic and wrestling and playing all the sports when I was a kid. So I think, that has given me some grace, or I've been blessed to kind of grow up in that setting, that it kind of set me up in a good way. But yeah.
If you want big, strong, healthy bones, play a lot of sports and eat enough calories.
And these looks maxing guys are starting to talk about sugar and how it's going to increase their bone density and enhance their jawline. Like, they're talking about eating 300 or 400 grams of sugar. So this sugar diet is still kind of like trickling through the social media circles, and it's really interesting to see how people have come on and come off of it.
Research insulin growth factor and carbohydrates, how the growth hormone and growing and stuff is triggered by a sufficient carbohydrate intake. Do you guys notice big differences in weight related to your protein intake? According to newer studies in men, 9% of protein intake boosted your BMR by 600 calories versus 18% intake via FGF21 and fat burning. That's another thing. Low protein diets trigger this FGF21 hormone or like. So yeah, I do notice that if my protein is low, my basal metabolic rate is high. I just require more energy, more carbs. And that's why people might say that protein is satiating, because it's kind of such a foreign thing to do, especially animal protein. You're putting that into your body, the body kind of freaks out. Like, if we don't digest this, it's game over in 3 to 4 days. It's just going to rot. So again, it goes to show that low protein intake is our species specific diet.
And we're low protein, meaning like we're getting at least 50 grams, if not up to 70 grams of protein.
Enough protein. I have videos
per day because we're eating enough calories.
Yes, I have videos of me smashing 500 grams of dry weight pasta, and that was 70 grams of protein in one meal.
That's not including the rest of your day.
So a lot of people want to bump their protein intake. Just eat more. And if you're not satiated, you think you need more protein, just eat more. What's the problem with eating more and this kind of satiation craze?
And the protein thing is like it's now starting to tip off. Like, I'm seeing a lot of women on my feed saying I'm eating less protein and I'm getting the results that I want, because everyone was just so hung up on having so much freaking protein
Mhm.
that now that they're having less protein and more carbohydrates, everything is balancing out and they're not as bloated and they're not as bulky as they felt like they were. Because yeah, I mean, Dorian says it all the time, you put protein in, you become bulky.
Yes. So, and not to mention all the health problems that come from excess protein intake. Peter Rogers had a good video on that. It kind of leaches calcium from your bones because amino acids, proteins are amino acids, and the acids go into your blood, and now the body has to reach an equilibrium, and it buffers calcium from your bones to kind of homeostasis the pH of the blood. So you're going to be peeing out your bones if you eat a lot of protein, which might seem contradictory against like the mainstream consensus is that we're supposed to eat protein for bone density. Like, no.
Well, even like with like, okay, let's just say like Conor McGregor or whatever. Like
Yeah.
he added more mass to his body. He was the best he could ever be at 145. Okay, and then he went up to 170. So there's more weight on the body, and he had probably some PEDs and all of this, and that actually disintegrated his bone structure. Like that made his bone structure weaker. And look at what's happened to him now. I mean, it's terrible, but. And of course, like, you know, he's a top athlete and this, that, and this, that, but it's an example of like, you don't want to be heavy. Like you want to be leaner and lighter. And we have lost the concept of what men and women actually look like because we're desensitized with the content, with the peptides, with the PEDs, with all this like gains and all this stuff. And it's like, that's not what's going to keep you alive longer, keep you healthier longer, keep you active longer. And that's not what we looked like when we were hunter-gatherers and all this other stuff. So in reality, like we just have lost what it looks like to be men and women.
Question: who would win in a fight, featherweight McGregor or welterweight McGregor? McGregor at 145 pounds or him at 170?
Yeah. Even if he was the same age, let's say. You know, he would still be better at 145. He'd be faster. Yeah, and he'd be lighter, and his cardio would be better. And,
1 to 2 years is not a newborn. I just feed my little ones all the plant foods, fruit, veg, starch, legumes, nuts, and seeds, high carb diet. I breastfed all my kids to 4 as well. It's good for them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Another thing that people will push on kids is like getting them to walk too early. They say that Michael Jordan crawled until he was 2 years old. You need to let kids crawl.
Even more, I think.
Yeah. So.
The natural posture of children and stuff.
I wish I was breastfed. I was a formula baby because my mother could not produce breast milk. Yeah. And in a sense that there's bonding that happens with the child when you're breastfed. So. And my mom was not high carb, low fat, and she could not breastfeed. So
I was breastfed until I think I just about a year.
McDougall said 5 to 7 hours of sleep is fine for most people. I feel better when I sleep less. I can see how that. 5 to 7 hours minimum. I need 7 hours. Sometimes I sleep 8, sometimes 9.
Women require more sleep depending on where you're at in your cycle too. Yeah. So.
Wise and vegan. Humanity became a technology worshipping cult and sees life as resources to technological civilization. The Connections 2021 short documentary. I will check that out. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, I totally agree. We're just science, guys.
Yeah, it's evolution.
Whereas you put a baby like, or a toddler or a child, and you give them fruits or you give them a dead raccoon or a dead squirrel, which one is the kid going to eat, guys?
Yeah. There's a lot of hypocritical carnivores out there that say, like, we live in an artificial world and artificial farming, yet they're making videos on their artificial computer and their artificial house with artificial plumbing and it's very ridiculous.
There you go. Speaking of carnivores. Nuts and seeds and legumes are definitely not mainly carbs. Lol. I bet the child would be dumb as hell just by eating sugars with no essential fats and amino acids. Guys, Do you realize that there is amino acids in fruits? Protein. There's protein in baby food. Wow. Oh, what is this? Fats. Saturated fat. Oh, there's saturated fat in baby food. Guys, just wow. It's just I know you mean well. You're trying to teach us something that you know. I'm sure you're a very well educated person. You're trying to help us, but we appreciate the help, but we're good, man. There's enough essential fats and amino acids in plant foods. I'm spending around 3 times less on groceries when buying potatoes, rice, and beans, and it lasts much longer. I agree. It's just cheap. Cheap, baby. Yes, breast milk is still here. I was breastfeeding for 5 years. Is brown rice and frozen vegetables enough? Maybe some sugar for calories. That sounds good. Whatever rocks your boat, man. Brown rice, potatoes, quinoa, whatever your favorite starch is. I personally like white rice, pasta, potatoes. Bread, love it. I was pregnant and breastfeeding at the same time. Then the milk went away and it came back 2 months later because I had the baby.
Huh.
You both look great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Hey, Nag Marie, thanks for joining us. Breast milk has sugar and fats in it. The baby will grow. Remember, cow's milk is for the baby cow. It helps them grow. Our human breast milk will help the babies grow. It's simple science, simple 3rd grade biology. Fruits, veg, and starch contain sufficient essential amino acids. And yeah, all the fat you need is in potatoes and bananas and everything else. Yes, I'm from Poland, and just a few days ago, I came across a podcast by a typical alpha male saying you need to eat a lot of meat, but be careful. The key to high testosterone is fruit, honey, etc. Yeah, guys, do I look like I have low testosterone, guys? Come on, you can ask Lauren.
Yeah.
Lauren, do I have low testosterone?
No,
Symptoms of low
absolutely
testosterone.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys only knew. We're trying to keep it kid friendly.
It's hard to keep up with.
Yeah,
and I mean, just like fitness wise too.
Yeah, I got the fitness to keep it going all night long, baby. You gotta have some fun with it, guys. Come on. People don't understand there's protein in basically everything. You don't need extra protein. Totally agree, guys. Totally agree. And if you need extra protein, just eat more. Eat more pasta, more rice, more berries. What are your thoughts on honey? Honey is good, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right? There's a lot of contradiction. Oh, is it vegan? Is it not? I think God has made, the bees to kind of give us this nectar, right? And if you're not kind of killing anything, I would say, sure, the honey is okay. And it's a great source of carbohydrates.
I mean, people risk their lives.
Yes.
Tribes risk the guys go up there and climb the trees and risk their lives to go get the honey, and they smack that down. So it's a great carbohydrate source. If you're being vegetarian and you're not so much into the vegan, of course, have the honey. That's great.
Nothing wrong with honey. It's actually, let's say something happened and we're in the apocalypse and the supermarket's shut down and now there's no food source. What is Carb King going to do? I'm going to look for bees and I'm going to follow the bees around and wait to see where they're going. People that tell you there's no carbs in nature, just follow the bees, guys.
We don't have it though. It's not on our menu.
Not on the menu because we have sugar, right? Sugar is our honey.
And I'm Canadian. I'll have maple syrup.
Maple syrup. Ooh la la.
And I haven't had any molasses, but I might get into that too.
Yeah, man, I can drink maple syrup straight from the
Oh my gosh, when we were at the cottage.
Yeah, we were in Canada at Lauren's family's cottage, and they actually tapped the trees, and this was kind of homemade.
And my dad was like, I can't believe you drank all this maple syrup. Like this was supposed to last the season or
well,
whatever.
I gotta carve up, guys.
So I remember making you a drink. You were chopping wood, and you were just It was like half maple syrup and half a little bit of squeeze of lemon in there and water.
There's a good comment. Why isn't vegan again? Don't let them brainwash you. The human species is a frugivore adapted to cook grains and tubers to some degree. There we go, guys.
Yeah, we have fallen far, but like, you know, what generation are we at with, you know, where we've come and all of this, and do we live in a perfect world?
Yeah.
Like, so we have a practical approach that deals in abundance and it's budget friendly and la-di-da. It's like, you got to work with what you got, and starches work. They work for performance. They work for sleep. They work for glucose. You know what I mean? Like, they work.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the perfect world, in the Garden of Eden, perhaps, yeah, it would be unlimited mangoes, passion fruits, pineapples, coconuts, whatever, stuff I can't even name. So, sour sops. Oh, I would love a sour sop or a chirmoya. That would be amazing.
Yep. There is no such thing as protein deficiency. Agreed. As long as you're having enough calories, there is no such thing as a protein deficiency. White table sugar is better than honey because sugar is 7 pH and honey is 3 to 4 pH.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I agree. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Awesome. I agree. Yeah. Be vegan and an animal rights activist. Dominion 2018. Thanks for sharing all these documentaries, guys. We appreciate it. Share things with us. If any books or films or documentaries, please let us know. We've got 10 minutes. Come on, 10 minutes, guys. 10 more minutes and we'll call it a day.
And I think, you know, if you're vegan, watch our channel. If you're not vegan and you're still high carb, low fat, watch our channels. Like, I'm not going to, you know, shoo you away because you're not vegan. Of course, that would be better for everybody and for the animals and everything else. But as long as you're carbed up, then you can carb somebody else up and you can be a positive impact in this world. So if it's a transition for you and eventually you get there, like, great. But, you know, I don't want to disclude people because they're not vegan. I think the main message is like high carb, low fat, and I think high carb, low fat vegan is a tier above, I guess you could say.
Yeah. And if you study history, all the geniuses, Leonardo da Vinci, Nikola Tesla, Pythagoras, all these philosophers, Tolstoy, all these great men had something in common, and that was they were vegetarian or plant-based, guys. And that is the ultimate truth.
Yeah,
if you want to have milk, I'm not against it, right? If you want to have cheese, I'm not against it. Please keep in mind that maybe that's not the best thing for you, and you can maybe work around it. You can even eat meat and be like the sugar diet people who are saying, I'm eating
lean meat and stuff
so
like that.
there's something to learn from everybody, right?
Yeah.
So we're not like vegan activists and we're trying to get you to stop eating no, you can do whatever you like, man. We're just sharing our passion.
If you just come in, you know, if you step into the high carb, low fat world, eventually you'll probably get to that point. Like, that's the philosophy I have, you know, like pushing this on to people isn't going to get you into my circle, if that makes any sense. It's
like, for example, a lot of people say that they're vegan online and behind the scenes, they're not. Right? So how can you tell this? For example, there's people online who claim that they're vegan for the animals, but they're selling you supplements and they're like sharing photos of elephants in captivity or taking photos in Thailand with elephants, or they're like making memes with caged parrots. Like, how is that? Like, that's not vegan. If I see, like, it actually hurts my heart to see people with a dog on a leash, right? But of course, you gotta like, you know, the dog can attack you or stuff.
Well, yeah, 90% of people probably don't even know how to train their animal.
Yeah,
in a sense.
And there's a lot of there's a dog that keeps barking. We live in a flat, right, in an apartment, and there's a dog that always keeps barking
every day.
Am I mad at the dog? No, it's like the owner abandons the dog, and you know the dog has to be stimulated. It's just so I feel like the best thing to learn from vegans is not the whole, oh, you eat meat, you go to hell. It's like, guys, we just want to take care and be like conscious. Like, man, this is a sentient being. There's roosters at the park. And people let their dogs go, and then oh shit, oh shoot, there goes a rooster. Oh
Yeah.
my bad.
It's
Like that's not okay. And
the Bible says it's not so much what you put in your mouth, but it's what comes
Yeah.
out of your mouth. So
I'm friends with a lot of meat eaters, guys. I have a lot of friends that are meat eaters.
My whole family.
I don't look down on them, and I don't judge. Right? Like if you want to eat meat, go ahead, go right ahead.
Yeah, but that's not our philosophy.
Yeah.
And the arguments that a lot of people make to eat meat are like just pathetic excuses for the most part, and it's But anyway, we'll get into that.
Where do you think the promotion of intermittent fasting comes from? I think there is a place for this practice, even on high carb, low fat. When I practice Qigong, I feel less hungry. I agree. There is a time and a place for intermittent fasting. I fast daily when I sleep, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if I wake up, I don't immediately go and have. Maybe I'll be like the first hour. I'll just walk around, drink some water, and you look at the sun, etc. And then I start eating. So. And I try not to eat like too late so that I go to bed like full. So I'm actually intermittent fasting because I'm just carved up and I don't need to fast all the time. But I agree, Qigong, Tai Chi, martial arts, these are practices where you can refine your Qi, refine your essence. These are all good things.
Yeah.
But I would say it's unnecessary because we're just.
It's not good. It's not going to help you in the long run for weight loss or things like this.
Yeah.
In my opinion, and it can be dogmatic where you can get addicted to doing it too much. And I think a lot more people are on that side of the teeter-totter rather than like the philosophical like Qi part of it. So.
Yeah. Fruit is quite expensive and hard to store. Rice and veggies is accessible, on the other hand.
Yeah,
I agree.
Sure.
And nowadays in modern world, fruit is very low quality.
Depending on where you are.
Yeah.
But for the most part, if you're not in Costa Rica, if you're not in the Philippines or whatever, you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, even Durian Rider says there's fruit in Australia is blah.
Yeah.
And I know that the corn where I'm from in Canada is amazing. The apples where I'm from in Canada are amazing. The peaches are really good, but like, it's not like there's tons of grapes and pineapples and papaya. There's none of that there. Yeah. So
compassion and empathy must be the baseline. I agree.
Yeah.
Don't do to others what you don't like to do to yourself, right? Like
it's just logical.
There's roosters at the park, and every time people walk in, sometimes they say a little joke like, "Oh, that would do a little. Wow, I'm hungry." And it's just like sad because we've made friends with rooster. We go and feed them corn, and these are our friends, guys.
And they know who you are. Like they recognize you.
Yeah, these are intelligent
pigeons will recognize you. Ravens will recognize you.
Yeah, so it's cruel, guys. Yeah. Like it doesn't make you a bad person if you eat meat, but it's like it's just unnecessary cruelty. There's rice and potatoes everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, but if you're hungry, by all means, eat it. I value a human life more than an animal, right? We're made in the image of God, in a sense. So sure, if you're starving, let's sacrifice this animal to save somebody's life, but it shouldn't be the norm. And people are wasting money. We go to restaurants. I worked as a waiter for a long time. The amount of food that gets wasted.
Yeah.
So it's just like, come on.
In our modern world, there's so much abundance at the grocery store or at the market or whatever that you can get as much rice, potatoes, fruits.
Okay. Can you guys hear us? There was a little something with the internet. Do you guys donate blood? What are your thoughts on that? No, we don't donate blood. I can see how Peter Rogers says if you have too much iron, you should like donate blood.
As a woman, I get rid of it every month, so I don't.
I think that it's supposed to stay in your body, right? Unless you have kind of iron overload or some. But I'm not against blood tests. I feel like it's a good exercise to go and have a blood test and check what's going on. But you don't need to do it all the time. Last time I had a blood test was 2 years ago. I might go and do another one just for the channel, just for the content. By the way, one guy from Lux Maxine talked about drinking milk with sugar for bone developing. Yeah, I think it's Nocturnal Kent or something he was talking about, recommending sugar. Love that energy. No judgments allowed. There is no wrong path. Everyone decides for themselves. There we go, guys. I appreciate the energy. This is it. No judgment, guys. You can do whatever you like as long as you're happy and as long as it doesn't hurt other people.
Yeah, and we're sharing our life, our perspective, you know, our vision, our lifestyle on here. It's
Yeah.
not necessarily dictating what you should do, but I think it seems like we're having a positive impact on people. So
Yeah.
it's great to hear from everybody here in the live.
Reducing the amount of meat people eat might be more effective than turning each person totally vegan, strict vegan, if you're doing more possibly. I
Yeah.
agree. This is a good take on it.
Yeah.
Would you judge a child abuser? That must be judgment or for cruelty. Watch this, please. Dominion 2018. Yeah, that's the thing. I agree. If somebody is stealing, right? Do you call the cops? Do you go and kind of, you know?
But are they starving and they need to eat the food?
Yeah.
Like it's like context matters. So
I feel like
we don't condone,
only
like child abuse.
Yeah, please don't be a child abuser. But it's like only God can judge, and there's karma. Like karma is a real thing. So whatever you do, if you're cheating on somebody or you're abusing somebody, that's gonna come back to you one way or another.
Yeah.
Green peas give a bunch of vitamin C and nutrients, and the starches are missing. You don't need fruit if you eat them. They're just high in protein. Okay. Nocturnal Kent chugs like a bunch of sugar and milk and then exercises and stresses his jaw for maximum growth via IGF-1. Okay, no need to hammer your jaw. Karma is real. Okay. Yeah, karma is a thing, man. All right. Appreciate the honesty on this channel. Thank you, guys. I think we'll leave it at that. It's 2 hours. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciated this. We're going to do more of these. I feel like a lot of people like it. Thanks for everybody who did super chats and donated to the channel. I appreciate you, and everybody who gave their 2 cents and shared things with us. Thanks so much.
Maybe we'll make this like a weekly thing. Or
yeah, maybe a weekly thing. Thanks so much, guys. See ya.
Gotta excel at the